Well, we're there. It must be Monday.
It is Monday. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning there, Mike. How you doing?
We're doing great. You know why I say we're?
No, what?
I have several personalities.
Do you?
Yeah.
Me, myself, and I.
Oh, there's more than that. A lot more than that.
Oh, I thought you said there was porn in that. I was like, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, probably, but that's not what I said. So
did you go see Thor over the weekend?
No, I did not go see Thor.
Yeah.
I was too Thor from working out.
Yeah, the love and whatever. It just didn't hit me.
What was it called? Love
and something. Yeah.
Love and War, Love and Buttons?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no. I did see that, over the week that market's really pretty stable, still kind of on fire. So
what are you talking about?
The real estate market, okay. The housing market.
I'm going to say because the bond market and the real estate, the mortgage-backed securities and the stock market were all over the place.
Yeah, that's negative though.
Well, not if you're trying to buy a bunch of stocks and other stuff at a discount.
Sure,
it might be a good time.
Well, it is a great time to buy stocks.
Talk to your actual advisor who does that for you. We're not giving that advice. I haven't seen the Bitcoin this low in years.
I know. Yeah. I told you about the guy that was going to make an offer on one of my listings, and he called me and he said, "Well, I just lost all my money, so I'm not buying anything this year." It was all in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So
I know how it feels.
Yeah.
You put it all over the place, and then some places go down, some places go up. What are you going to do?
This weekend I had a lot of fun, and I noticed that in the area, gosh, there were open houses everywhere. So there's a lot of flurry going on out there. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Activity begets activity.
Yes, and that's how that works. I kind of want to get into this housing news.
Yeah, let's do that because I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, so Redfin released a report that covered June 5th, as everybody can read on screen, to July 3rd period, which factors in the rise in interest rates, which is important. You look at some of the notable stats. This is what's funny. 52% of homes sold above list price, which is down from 53% last year.
Oh, my God.
That's right.
The bubble burst.
We lost 1%. All right, homes that were sold on the market for a median of 18 days, flat from last year. So basically, there you go.
Yep.
48% of accepted an offer within the first 2 weeks, while 32% of the homes that were under contract had an acceptable offer within the first week.
Why do you think that is? Are they priced right?
I think they're finally coming back to reality.
Yeah.
Back to
the future. Here we go.
No, it was a song, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Back to life, back to reality.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I'm not a singer. On average, 7% of homes for sale each week had a price drop, showing that there is less demand, and sellers who are listing their homes realistically are having to come back. Or I said unrealistically. It's missing the un in there, huh?
It's got the not.
Yeah, there it is. Not listing their homes realistically are having to come back to reality.
It's always the case.
Yeah, well, even during the craziness, people still didn't. They wanted it priced right, and then they bid it up. They don't want it the other way.
Right.
Average sell to price list ratio says that we are declined to 0.01, 0.9. In other words, an average home sold for 1.9 above its asking price.
Down from
0.3.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
well, yesterday it was 103, and today it's going to be
102.9.
Yeah.
So much cooler.
Just such a drop in temperature.
So basically, we're not the blistering hot housing market last year. Not really anything changing. We're still seeing more than half the homes out there selling above asking price and quickly. And again, this is nationwide. There might be some unique areas that are not doing this, but this is basically, like when they're figuring out they have to actually live in some of these states to actually buy the house there. I know some people coming back from Texas already.
Yep, it's freaking summer. Come on in Texas.
I know, summer,
especially in the Houston area.
Yeah, and then you're in like some of these other places, Mississippi and all that. And what are this state bird?
Yeah, mosquitoes. And they can carry your cat away.
Yeah. All right. So the biggest issue that they're seeing right now are car repos. Shocking.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Everybody had to get a car between 2020 and 2021. They actually paid over what the value of the car was. And this is the issue. They're at 140%, which is much higher than the 80%. So
you think that's because there were no cars on the lot?
That's exactly. I remember seeing 10,000 over asking prices for this car. That was the pandemic charge they put on the actual thing or whatever. It's just ridiculous.
I had a buddy who sold his 2019 Chevy pickup 26,000 miles on it, and he made $4,000.
Yeah, I could
He
have
sold it back to the car lot.
Yeah, they wanted 60 for mine, and I only owed 30 on it.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I was like, what am I going to drive?
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing to replace it with.
I can't carry anything in Marcia's car up to the cabin.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, and that's a big market. There's about 1.5 trillion. Yeah, that was huge. T with a T. People incorrectly making that people are I can't even talk today.
No, we can't.
Not making comparison. They're making the wrong comparison to the housing market, which is much different. The average LTV on homes is 42%. Can you believe that? 42%, which means the average person out there has 50%, 58% in equity.
And we talked about this earlier in the year.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. We're just letting everybody else know we're right and everybody's catching up.
Yep. Where are these stats from?
This was from Redfin. Well, actually, the car repo stuff was from, let me pull it up. Peter Bukava.
That guy.
Yeah, he check him out.
Yeah.
That guy. I got all this stuff. I always go to MBS Highway, who gives me all my information regarding where the market's going.
What does that stand for? MBS Highway.
Mortgage-backed securities.
Oh, MBS.
MBS.
I thought it was NBS.
No, M.
Which that means like something Mary. Different to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it's a highway.
Yeah, there you go. But Barry Habib, who's a guru in our industry, and he sold his company in 2006 because of what I talked about with the birth rates and all that kind of stuff. And then then he came back 5 years later after the no compete was done and started another one.
There
Smart
you go.
guy.
Yeah,
made millions. He actually went into the Broadway and did the musical. What's that one? That one music one.
Ratatouille.
No. It'll come to me someday. Anyway, he did a big one in Rock of Ages. He created that.
Was that Barry Habib?
Yeah, him and a couple other people, and that went crazy, and they did really well, and still going.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right, back to reality. There, I got it this time.
There you go.
All right, what else we want to talk about today? Today is Monday,
July 11th.
I get to go see my trust attorney this morning.
Trust him.
Well, this is what we say. Get your trust in place so that you don't have probate, and so that you can pass that stuff on to your heirs. And there's a couple different types of trusts: irrevocable, and the other one is
revocable.
Right. So you need to know which is the best one for you. That's their job.
Well, you do know how they become irrevocable.
No, how?
You die. Then you can't change the trust.
Yeah.
So if you always start out with a revocable trust while you're alive, and then when you go boop, or boop this other way, it becomes irrevocable.
Oh, I thought there was a trust that you put all these certain assets in that you can't touch again in there.
It depends on how you structure the trust. You can still do that, but usually it's revocable, alive, irrevocable, dead.
Okay. I had a issue come up in Tuolumne County where the lady's in contract. All of a sudden, she's being told by everybody they got to wait 120 days.
For what?
Because everything was in a trust. But I guess, all right, so the dad passed away. The mom signed the deed or whatever as herself instead of the trust. She passes away.
Oh.
And then now it's...
Well, who's the survivor?
Two people.
Survivor trustee, whoever the survivor trustee should be able to fix that.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, and it shouldn't take 120 days.
That's what they keep saying, that it has to be.
Sounds like bad advice.
Yeah, that's what I said. So when I go to my attorney this morning, I'm going to make sure
that it doesn't happen. Which reminds me, I need to sit down with my trust attorney and do a few things.
Yeah, anytime
add some properties.
Right. Anytime there's any changes, you need to make that change. And most of the time, if you buy a piece of property, you can add it into your trust right away yourself by doing a grant deed.
Yep.
And you need
by naming it the name of the trust.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, because even if you take the loan out in your own name, you can always add it into the trust.
Because regardless of that movie, death does not become us.
Is that an old movie?
Joe's back. Credit score question. A lot of the credit score apps recommend adding cell phone bill.
All right.
Okay.
Here,
that's your question.
Yeah. So that's great. If you want to look out there and see that you have the Boost. Boost is the Experian Boost where you can add all your utilities and stuff in it. That will actually increase your credit scores for other things, but not for mortgages.
Right, for cars and
because mortgages, we use a different algorithm and it's not utilizing the Boost. If you go to my YouTube channel at Parcaut, you'll see a bunch of stuff on it. There's a whole playlist on credit. And in there explains, I had a guy on, we went through the whole thing, and the algorithm today does not utilize the boost part. So it's a way, I feel it's just a waste. I mean, it's a way that the utility companies can get their stuff on the credit report so you pay on time.
Right.
So don't do it if you're going for a mortgage. It's not going to help you. The best thing you can do is get added on somebody else's credit cards. That's still working where you're an authorized user, as long as they have low balances and good credit on there. Don't do it if they have lates. That's still going to be in place for about another 18 months. And so if you're trying to boost your credit score, that's the best way to do it. Go to your parents or whatever and just have them add you on one of their cards they've had forever. That you don't get the card, they can keep the card at home. Right. But don't do it if I had somebody trying to help out their dad buying a house. And so they added on the credit card, and it's like, what month were you on time?
Oh,
and that didn't help. That made it worse.
That does make it worse.
Yeah. So don't do the boost.
That's another thing to think about is, some of these credit card repair groups that will help you repair your credit. One of the things they say is find out when your credit card company reports. Make sure you make the payment on the credit card a day or two before they report. That way they show you're paying on time.
Well, hold on. The only issue with that is, and because that's if you go to my YouTube channel. So the problem about doing that is that's great, but leave $1 on there.
Right. No, I didn't say pay off.
Yeah.
I said just make sure you're making that payment.
Right. But
before they report, and don't close it out.
Right. Because a lot of people are like, I pay mine off before it reports every month, and then it shows zero balance. The problem with that is if it shows a zero balance, it shows inactivity, and they will close your account.
Yep.
So leave $1 on there. So pay it down and leave $1.
Yeah.
That way it looks like you're utilizing it.
Revolving credit.
That's great. The best way to build credit is through
credit
cards. Because
playing cards,
not playing cards, actual credit cards.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I had a couple. I said, okay, go get 2 secure credit cards, add each other on the other, and do that. What did they do? They went and got a car loan.
What?
Yeah.
How'd that help?
No, it didn't, because it takes 6 months for
that
installment loans to report that on there.
Yeah.
We do have access to a secure credit card that reports within 7 days. Also, you can add on your rent history. There, it was coming to me. It's Monday. Sorry, I've only had 14 cups of coffee and it still hasn't.
Did you put any shots in any of them?
No, that's my problem.
That's the problem.
All right. So
2 shots.
Oh, you're talking not of alcohol. You're talking of espresso.
No, that's too early.
Because that's the first thing I thought of, shots. No,
yeah,
that'd really be messed up. So I hope I answer that. So we can add there's ways to add your rent history on. People have years of rent history, so you can add that on, and that will help out about 40 points. Secure credit cards add on about 40 to 60 depending on what you're doing. If you have, it's kind of like a GPA. So what I mean by that is if you go to school and you get F's and D's and F's and D's and a C, how many A's is going to take you to fix that? A lot. So
all of them.
Yeah. So the problem is with credit is if you have no credit, it's real easy to get a high FICO score instantly within 45 to 60 days at the latest. If you got a bunch of bad credit, we have to look at it, so we're going to have you get added on credit cards, all that kind of stuff, but we still have to see what we have to deal with the bad stuff.
Right. And get that taken care of.
And sometimes you can go conventional with one spouse has a really high FICO score, go conventional and not add the other person on, but have them on title. That's one way to get around until you can build their score.
Yeah.
And then the other way is if you go FHA or VA, you just have to hit them with their debts and not add them on.
Yeah.
Which if they're all in collections, there's no payment. So I mean the payments, not the actual debts.
And you can be added on title after close of escrow. Lenders, please quit saying, "Oh yeah, we'll just add you on title just at the end."
No, we can say that's
no. I understand what you're saying, but that's our issue. Is now we're scrambling to get the spouse that's being added to sign every piece of the contract, to disclosures, all that stuff, because now they are a buying party, whether they're on the loan or not. So,
right. And I understand your side, but one of the reasons I want them on title is ahead of time is the fact that if something happens, they're already there.
Right. Because I do understand that.
And so we can add that, but we'll tell you, hey, we're adding them on title. Please do what you got to do on your side, because you can't do an addendum adding them on. Well, you can do addendum, but you can't just do that. You have to have them sign everything, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You have them sign AOAA, so you're assigning them to the contract, but then you have to have them sign everything, and that's the smartest way to do it, because you don't want a non-borrowing buyer not have read any of the disclosures that have to go with every transaction. So, I mean, there are some agents that will say, "Oh, we won't worry about it. We'll just do the AOAA." That's set you up for a disaster at some point.
And if someone's not if they're not going to be on the loan but be on title, they can be on the contract from the beginning. We don't care.
Absolutely, right. You don't care.
Yeah,
so just structure it that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it should be done. The other thing you have to do is, the moment you get into which lender you're going to be making your payments to, the person on the loan has to call them up, add the other person on so they can call, talk to them, pay payments, make change, that kind of stuff. Otherwise, if someone passes away, you're going to have to refinance that somehow or do something with it. And you can't talk to them.
Yeah. Because they're dead?
What I mean is, you can't talk to the mortgage company because you have no access. They're not allowed to talk to you. So you need to do it right away. So for me, I want everybody on the loan from the beginning, if possible.
If possible.
What I mean by that, to save a quarter in interest rate, it's not worth it to lose the house or have some other issue down the road.
Right. Set you up for the long haul.
Right. Take the extra 30 days and let's fix your problems and move forward.
Yeah.
And I mean the credit issues. I can't fix everybody's problems in 30 days.
Nobody can.
No, I can't even fix my own.
Yeah. Problems. You're
gonna have them. All right. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I do too. What a great way to start a Monday.
Yeah, we had some great information. If anybody has any more questions, Joe, thanks for being our one question person all the time.
Every time. We can always count on you, Joe.
That's right.
And we love that about you.
Yeah. All right. And then everybody, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Have a great day.
Have a great week till we get here on Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only Monday. I know. All right.
Monday.